Diving in a little bit deeper, a little bit hot, we have this little scenario that we're going to ask. So, my child was raised in the church, attended all Sunday school classes and activities, attended every VBS, youth conference, and prayer conference. They soon went off to college and fell off the wagon. No longer attended church, prayed or read their Bibles. Is there any way I can prevent my children from failing or from falling off the path of God? Or is this just the way of life?
Yes and no. The reason I said yes and no is this. When we talk about people being in church, you ask yourself, how many hours really do you spend in church? On a Sunday morning, you spend 2 hours in church. Then you come for midweek. That's if you do. Then you spend another 2 hours. That's 4 weeks, right? That's a week, right? A 40-hour work week is 40 hours. And you spend 4 hours in church. That's 10%. The rest, they spend outside. Which means there is more hours for people to influence your child than the church has. So, what do? The onus is more on you as a parent to make sure that you find an inroad into the life of your children so that you are able to communicate with them on a regular basis. When you do that, those kids will be able to tell you when they're having challenges. You can be able to sense that something is happening to your child, especially if you, as a parent, you are also into prayer. Because when you're into prayer, God tells you things. While everybody was sleeping in Sodom and Gomorrah, God said, will I hide what I'm about to do from Abraham, since he will teach his children to do what is right? And nobody knew Sodom and Gomorrah was going to be destroyed, but Abraham knew. So which means that God can tell you in advance something that is about to happen, even to your children, to your family members, before it happens. So what am I saying? Is that some of these things, God can even tell you in advance. It might not be in detail, but spiritually you have an idea that something is about to go wrong. So what do? You go to prayer. And that's why we speak in tongues and we pray. It's because you don't know specifically what is happening, but you know something is not right. But when you are in touch with them, you are able to pick up some things. But there is good news there. The good news is that once the foundation is right, no matter what the devil does, your children, they're still going to come back to God. Once the foundation is right. Look at me. I told you now how my grandmother used to take me to prayer. Never liked it. Went off all that. Did what I had to do. I'm preaching the gospel now.
I know.
I'm preaching the gospel now. So what I say to every parent is that let not your heart be troubled. Once you know that you have laid a good foundation for your children, what you can do is to continuously pray for them. Once you continue to pray for them and make sure you have a relationship with them. You have a relationship with them. Because that relationship, they will tell you something that you might be able to pick up what is about to happen. Every child that goes to college faces challenge in college. I'm telling you, because number one, the freedom they have never seen in their lives, they are seeing it in college. And that's why some of them get to college, the credit card that they have never taken in life, they take it and they begin to spend the money anyhow as if they will not pay for it. And they're going to pay back, and then they now start having problems. They see the kind of freedom they've never seen before, because in college, nobody wakes you up to go to classes. You have to determine that you wake up and go to classes. And these are the major things. Do you understand that happens? In college, you eat in the dining room and you don't clean. You don't clean after yourself. You get up and you go. But you come back home, you have to do this. So that's why when you are in college, you don't want to come back home. Because you are saying, oh, I'm going to be cleaning dishes again.
Yes.
Who's going to clean it? Excuse
dishwasher,
me. Okay. So I understand that aspect. I felt like that also when I went to, I love college more than home.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because there were too many restrictions. You know, with my dad going over, there were too many restrictions. You know, and anyway, my dad was living in Yabode. I was living in Yabode. What is in Yabode for me to be? What fun is there that I want to go spend vacation there? You understand what I'm saying? You know, you might not know what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you, your grandfather was there too. So I'm telling you, you know. So these are the challenges. Do you understand? And it comes with every area of lives that people live in. I don't know where people are living. I don't know where you are living, but yours might not be exactly like mine. But one thing or the other, you might just love the camaraderie of the students or the friends, you know, that you have around there. Gathering. But I always say to people, don't forget where you're coming from. Obviously. Don't forget where you're coming from. Don't forget where you're coming from, you know. And for the parents, whenever they come back home, let us make sure we get them back on track, which means you're not back home, we're going to church again. We're not back home, let's do the Bible study again. We're not back home, let's do things again so that we can, you know, the more we do those things, the better they become. And after a while, you know, you get to a point where you say to yourself, my friends cannot influence me on some issues again. My friends cannot. Let me give you a good example. I used to smoke when I was in college, my first year. But I never really liked it, you know. And I said to myself one day, I said, really, why should I smoke just because my friends are smoking? And then my dad shows up and I can't smoke when he's there. That was how I stopped. Honestly, that was how I stopped. I just stopped. I just said to myself, no, I'm not going to do this. That was in 1979. Do you understand? No. I was still drinking alcohol. I was doing youth call one day. I went with my dad somewhere. And they asked my dad what he was going to drink. He told them the alcohol I was going to drink. They asked me. I told them the alcohol I was going to drink. He looked at me. I didn't bat an eye. You know, but I drank the alcohol in his presence. Do you understand? I know he didn't like it, but there was nothing they could do. I was a grown adult. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, because I felt, really, why would I do something I can't do in his presence? That's so at a point in your life, you have to say to yourself, there are some things my friends will not influence me to do. It is because I want to do it. Do you understand? Because you must be able to stand for something, or else everything will just take you out in life. Do you understand? So I say to those students, when it comes to your belief in God, don't let anybody influence you the other way. Stand for God, and He will always be there also for you.
True. Woo. All right, Pastor T, you're speaking the word. It has been a lovely session, you know, with our lovely Pastor T right here. We're all talking about family matters, and if you have any other questions or topics, or you just want to, you know, share your insights with PT, don't forget to send them to insightswithpt@jesushousebaltimore.org. It's been a pleasure, and as always, it's your girl Tammy, right here with Pastor T.
God bless you.
Peace out, everyone. Catch you all next time.